will be held accountable, including these criminals. It is our position that the stakeholders together, headed by the Catholic Church or any other group that stakeholders can agree on, and get to the bottom of the mess building up in our exam management. There must be no room for favoritism in conduct and marking of exams, where some schools and students are allowed to cheat and get away with it, as happened in last year's KCSE and this year's KCPE. Sanity, integrity, and dignity must return to exams. The buck stops with His Excellency Mr. William Ruto. It is our firm belief that mega corruption in billions cannot happen without the complicity of the top. Whether it is 17 billion shilling in oils or billions involved in the poisonous cooking oil, we know the dynamics of how government operates. The CS, the PS are small fries. The buck stops with Mr. Ruto. End of statement. Yes.
Question?
Vile ambavyo umesema the exams integrity was compromised. So do we recall the results, and what does now this put KCSE into?
This is a mess caused by the government, and the ones who need to clean that mess. The challenge is to them, not to us. You pointed out this mess, but you also said that a task force ought to be set up to investigate and come up with what you can call amicable way out of this mess.
My name is Chemutai Goin from Citizen TV. And my question is basically looking at the issue you've spoken about on the integrity of the exam. And education is supposed to be an equalizer. You have rightfully mentioned that a number of students and institutions have moved to court wanting justice because they believe the results that were issued to them were not their own. In the event of the ministry, as it is ongoing with the process of placement, does not allow these students to, in the interest of public justice and especially for the children, do we see a point where you may seek to be enjoined in trying to get justice for them? And on the second matter, on the control of budget and the tribulations she's facing, there's a lot of questions that have been raised regarding the commitment of the Kenya Kwanza administration in combating corruption, and whether the tribulations on the control of budget are basically meant to slow her down owing to her sharp criticism of the government and possibly its operations.
Well, first, this other first one here, you're talking about investigations into this matter. Of course, as I mentioned, already some people who are in court challenging the outcome. Yet the ministry is also in the process of admitting the others into schools. This itself actually shows the kind of chaos that we're going through. Of course, the courts will pronounce themselves on this matter, so we don't want to prejudge what the court will say over this matter. But it's a very sorry state of affairs things stand right now. And as what we want to see done is to ensure that we get to the bottom of this matter, how it was conceived, who were involved, and who are the beneficiaries of this, so that this thing does not recur again in the future. The second question you're saying is about I made a statement yesterday, and I saw that this matter was in Parliament also this morning. Our belief is that this lady is actually being witch hunted because of the stand that she's taken. Because recently, when she appeared before the bilateral team at Bomas and talked about inflation of salaries, that her own salary had been inflated in the budget more than 3 times, basically exposing the corruption that exists in the government. I think that people are uncomfortable with her. They want to get rid of her from that office because you're talking about something that happened 80 years ago. The ECC is the one which is prosecuting. She was interviewed and appointed, and before somebody is appointed to a position like that one here, you must get actually a certificate of clean conduct from EACC. It's one of those bodies. Why now? Did they not have those records at that time? Why is it that now that they all of a sudden have come up with this issue? So our view, this is basically just a witch hunt. They want to smear her name so that they get rid of her. But she's a holder of a constitutional office. And my view is that in spite of the charges which they have leveled against her, she still seems to be innocent until she's been proved guilty through the due process. So she should continue to exercise her duty as controller of budget.